Good morning, Mr. Sarawi. I'm glad you could attend this interview. You are applying for the head coaching position for the high school American Heritage School. Now, I'm going to ask you a few questions, okay? First off, could you tell me about your experience as a coach?
Yes, I've had 5 years of experience at the collegiate level, coaching at WLC, and then prior to that, I had 4 years of experience at the high school level at South Milwaukee High School. So you could say that I have a good amount of years experience under my belt.
Now, what age group did you coach?
Well, high school, obviously, so it's anywhere from 15 to 18 years old. And then at the collegiate level, so it's anywhere near from 18 to 22, mostly.
Were you successful with the teams you coached?
Yes, at South Milwaukee, I was able to win two conference titles in my 4 years over there. Also, was able to send a couple of players to Division One schools, which is a personal achievement that I really highly consider. And then at WLC, we were able to make the conference tournament a couple of times. We have not made the NCAA tournament, but we were close on a couple of occasions.
All right. Is your philosophy fluid? Which means like, can your philosophy modify depending on what level team you coach?
Definitely. Well, before I answer the second part of that question, for the first part, my philosophy is based on tough defense and counterattacking. So what that means is we usually let the other team, especially if it's a team that is a high possession team, we usually let them have the ball. But once they come into our zone, we like to press them and make them make mistakes so that we can counter. The second part of your question, to add to that, is that obviously every team is different, so you have to adapt and make some changes. Our overall philosophy does not change, but there are some minor changes we make. So, for example, if there is a high-level player that we want to mark, we would obviously change our style of play a little bit and maybe focus more on not letting those players have a lot of freedom and then obviously keep on countering because that's our main philosophy.
All right. So where did you grow up?
So I grew up in Tunisia, and I've been playing soccer since the age of 4, and I also played at the collegiate level at Wisconsin Lutheran College. But after I graduated, decided to pursue a coaching career, and that's where I am right now.
Now, did the area you grew up and was raised, did it affect you choosing a certain sport?
Definitely. Soccer is almost like a religion in Tunisia, and it's the main sport here, and people live and die by it. So you could say that there's a sort of pressure to kind of play that sport because there aren't many other sports that are playing around here. So the environment definitely made me choose a sport I play today or a coach, which is soccer.
All right. So what is a typical day schedule for you? Like how do you plan your day?
Well, obviously, wake up early in the morning, get ready for work, and then basically go to the whether it was at the high school or the college, go to my office, make my training plans for the week if it's at the beginning of the week, and then obviously try to abide by that as much as possible. Obviously, it's not always possible because life happens and you never know what's going to come in knocking on that door. But I like to be very organized. I like to plan everything through a schedule, very detailed, and I like to abide by it. So usually, wake up in the morning, get ready, go to the office, plan everything, go to the training field, do my practices and all that. Try and meet with the players as much as possible, make sure everything is in line, school, and everything. So I like to be very organized.
All right. Now let's go on a little more personal level. What is your favorite soccer team and why?
Well, as you know, I'm a big fan of the Premier League, and Chelsea has been my favorite team for forever. And the reason why is because they play they play in a way that suits my philosophy. So they're a mainly defensive team that focus on counterattacking and that play with a lot of aggressiveness. And that is something I would like to implement to my own teams.
All right. Now, do you watch when you watch soccer on the weekend or during the week? Do you watch it purely for the love of the game, or for tactical advice, or for both?
Obviously, when I watch, I try to learn as much as possible from the players and from the coaching decisions that the coaches make. When I watch Chelsea, it gets a little emotional because it's my team and I want them to win all the time. So when I watch them, I'm watching more as a fan. However, when I watch any other game, it's more to learn and to see and to appreciate the decisions and maybe all the decisions that the players and the coaches make.
All right. Now, what is your experience in soccer in a personal level? So, you as a player.
Like I previously stated, I've played for pretty much all my life. I still play now whenever the time permits. I played since I was 4 until college. So from 4 to 23, I played competitively at the high school and college level. I also played club in Tunisia until I was 17. And then, as you know, once my college career was over, I took up coaching. But like I said, whenever time permits, I try to play as much as possible. I play in adult leagues whenever I can.
All right. Now, last question here. What would be the first thing you would do if you got this job?
First, I would like to address or assemble a coaching staff that suits my philosophy and that I feel comfortable with, because as you know, these are people that you're going to deal with on a daily basis. So you want to agree with them and make sure you have the same ideas. And after that, I'd like to address the players and bring all the players together and address them and make sure we're all on the same page and try to build a personal relationship before building a coach-player relationship. Because I think before being their coach, you have to be like a mentor to them, a role model.
All right. Thank you very much, Mr. Sarawi. I will come back with a conclusion very shortly. I'm going to talk to the board, and we'll be right with you after.
Thank you. Appreciate your time.
Thank you, sir.